Hey guys, how's it going? So this time around, I just want to talk about the NYOS TORQ reactor and why, in my opinion, it's not a great piece of equipment. Um let's go ahead and do that. So I run the NYOS TORQ 120. As you can see, I have like a strange jug-like contraption on top of that. Let's remove that. I'll explain to you why I have that in the first place. So this is the NYOS TORQ, and I run GFO in it. So I used to run biopellets in this about a year back, but I've moved on to using a refugium or a Cheeto algae reactor as the primary export for nitrates. So I'm not using biopellets anymore. So this was lying around this reactor, right? And the way it works is it's like an overflow reactor. So essentially, water gets pulled out from the bottom and then pushed out from the top. It just flows down around the sides of the reactor, like there's no specific output line or input line. So the reason why this is really bad for anything like GFO or carbon is because of the design. So the first problem I had was when I started running GFO on this, and if I had like there are presets. There you can turn this whole this middle part and turn up or turn down the amount of water that's going through the reactor. And when I turn it up, the water starts splashing on top, right? So you see this. So the water kind of trickles down from top, and that's because I've kept it at the lowest possible setting for flow. But if I turn this up, water starts gushing from the top, and then I have water splashing all over the sump on my Clarice, and it's just a big mess. And that's the reason why I have this on top of here, right? It's not perfect, but it kind of at least keeps the sprays from the splash down and focused into the sump. So, but the bigger problem is that if I can show you here down here. So this reactor comes with a black sponge, like a black normal sponge that just that's the that should sit right here, and it separates the media from the pump over here, right? So the pump is kind of pumping water like this, and the black sponge, which is actually right now over here, is supposed to sit here. Now the problem is that because the GFO is so light, and for a tank like this size, and usually you don't need a lot of GFO anyway, so there's not enough weight on the sponge. So as soon as you turn up the flow, the sponge would like dislocate itself, and all the GFO would then fall into the sump. Right? I have a mess in the sump, or I had a mess and I had to clean that up, and that's really bad design, right? So this will happen for GFO or carbon, unless you kind of fill the GFO or carbon up to half the or more than half the reactor, because otherwise it wouldn't weigh on top of the sponge to keep it in place. And I don't know who would use so much GFO or so much carbon in the first place. So that's my biggest problem with this, and I've already bought it, right? So I need to use it, and what I'm doing right now is I put a big piece of fleece over here, just to kind of wedged it there, and then put the black sponge on top of that, and then put a little amount of GFO on top of that. So that's the way it works, and that's my biggest problem with the NYOS TORQ. Let me know how you guys use it. If you use it, and if you don't see any problems, then I'd be very interested to hear. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.